Boom! Back in the tube. Life wants us to win. Of course, life wants us to win, but the question is more, I think, do you want to win? Do you want to win? Because life wants us to win for sure. Life doesn't want us to remain dormant, and we keep ourselves away from greatness. I think. Sam is in the house. Serious stuff. Big up, Sam. Yeah, life wants us to win for sure, but the main question, I think, is, do you want to win? Yeah, because that requires a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, a lot of while others are partying, you're gonna have to work on yourself. The biggest work, I think, has to be done is on yourself. It's going internal. You have to. It's good to seek on the outside and seek greatness on the. But it's all you need to do. All you need for life is on the inside. That I'm persuaded about it through my experience in life. I've been looking on the outside for a long time, seeking some kind of truth on the outside. But it's all in the inside, and it's where we get lost. Also, many of us on YouTube thinks we're looking for truth when all we do is look for lies and deception and more illusion and fantasy. This is what we're going to talk about this weekend on the Truman Show with Arthur. It's going to be a rough, but that's what it is. The truth is not something that is sometimes very pleasant to hear. At times it's going to be unpleasant because it takes us out of our reality, for sure. And breaks our illusions. So for sure, the truth is something. Hold on, I have a freaking mosquito around. Get on my nerve. The truth is something very profound, and it's not something I think we can even discuss. It's something you have to feel. It's something you have to feel. So to go on YouTube and look for truth, or say you're a truth seeker or stuff like that, I think it's delusional a bit. To say that you're a truth seeker, what you seek yourself, you're looking for yourself, you're there. So the truth is very, very profound, and most people prefer looking outside of themselves, instead of really taking a good look inside. And the good look inside will bring you so much more vibration than the stuff on the outside. The stuff on the outside is always very negative and low vibration in society, but if you look inside of yourself, you'll find great power and great stuff to carry on. That's what you need. You need to find the strength. That's what we must build, the strength to carry on, because this life wants you to win. Yeah, but you're gonna go through probably some very hard times to get to where you want to go. It's gonna demand a lot of I don't like that word too much, sacrifice, but it's gonna demand effort on your end, on your part, for sure. It's a delicate balance between making it happen and letting it happen. But to make it happen, it's a big thing too, because you have to move your mind, and moving your mind that's what we really need. We need to move our minds and start thinking for ourselves and shit like that. So back in the tube, yeah, once again, yeah, it seems I made my niche here on YouTube. But yeah, for the time being, it's good. For the time that I want to bring out more of myself each and every day. So I challenge myself to come here each and every day. It seems I seem to be at very much ease with that. Yeah, for sure. It doesn't really stress me out. I get excited doing it. I get excited. I look forward to it because I haven't planted the momentum in it. Like, I'm fully into it. And it's not because I put all my hope on YouTube. It's not it. YouTube is not it for me. YouTube is a tool for me to gain strength. That's how I see it. Because it's not, I will not find nothing on YouTube except fantasy, lies, and illusion, and everything. Even we're going to talk a bit about astrology too this weekend with Arthur. Stuff like that. And it's all yeah, we can entertain the idea. I always entertain not accepting something or believing completely into something doesn't mean you have to reject it. I always thought to entertain the idea, even if I don't think it's the absolute truth. The absolute truth is us waking up. This is the truth. But you know, do you want to wake up? Don't be afraid to wake up. My message also is don't be afraid to wake up. It's a much better vibe. It's a much better vibe once you start speaking your mind and not holding back and finding strength in your fears and going through your fears. Going through your fears will build you, will bring you a lot of strength. A lot of strength, my friend. I suggest you do it. You have one life to live, and going through your fears, you're going to build up strength to carry on and to go to bigger and bigger stuff. And the stuff, also the experience that you need, are going to come to you according to the action you take. But life wants you to win, but not if you sit on your bum. If you sit on your ass and do nothing, and nothing will happen. So it's about taking action, not going crazy and like hustle and like a madman. I don't think it's because then you lose a bit the sense of now. It's important to stay present, and stay focused. Stay focused on what you want to accomplish and take action every day. The little action you take at the end will be the big thing. So concentrate each and every day. Live each and every day like it's your last. Make the best of it. Speak to the world. Put your hand to your heart and speak to the world. That's what the world needs, inspiration. We all have a beautiful voice, a beautiful light just waiting to be shared with the world. And this light will inspire others to shine their own light. And at one point, we'll have more light than darkness on this plane. That's how I see it. But it's important to do the work, do your part. It's all about doing your part. Don't have to freak out. Don't have to freak out with changing the world. Just changing yourself, that you should be freaking out, because that's the big part. That's the big part, changing your ways, changing your habits, because some people prefer to die than change their habits. So it's very hard to change your habits or implement new one or bring new one into your life. Just that is a big thing. It's an everyday, and especially at the beginning, the first 2 weeks you install an habit, it's going to be challenging, because you got to drown that voice inside and all the stuff that tells you shouldn't do it, or this or that, or maybe you should stop, or there's a lot of little voice inside that we have to get rid of also before we start to ascend or transcend, or what you call it, whatever you want. But I think you have to die a few times here before you can really live. And I'll probably die another time again and be reborn again. But that's what is good. It's it's the rebirth. It's the new state of consciousness that you gain. The more awareness you gain, as your awareness expand, your sense of life will expand also. It's very important to, while we're here, to make the maximum out of life. Not to be greedy with life, but bring out the best of yourself. At least bring out the best of yourself. Work on yourself day in, day out. And working on yourself is not necessarily with taking action, physical action all the time. It's about your mind, your state of mind, your thoughts. Your thoughts have power. And if you work your thoughts wisely, if you operate your thoughts on a very wisely, you will find a lot of things will happen out of this. A lot of things will start synchronizing in your life. You'll get signs and stuff like that. Freaking mosquito, fed up. There's one thing I can stand is flies. Flies I don't care, but mosquitoes, it's another thing. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. And staying focused, and avoid distraction and focus. Sit quiet. Go. This morning again, I was up at 4:30, and I was out. Took my car and I went out to check the sunrise near the river. So, I challenge myself to do those things too, to be up early, to be go to bed not so early. Yesterday I was kind of late, 11 o'clock. So it's a short night, but that's what it's going to be, long days and short night. You got to be willing to, some people sleep like they're rich. I'm up like I'm broke all the time. All the time I'm up like I'm broke. And, I don't make myself... Do you know how the messages of Michael first began? How the messages of Michael, the stuff I read on my channel, the Michael's teaching about soul's reincarnation. I don't know if it's what you're talking. Maybe I'm not following. Greetings, beautiful people. Yo, Janik. Sam the muscle man, yeah, father and son. Yeah, Sam the muscle man, the beach body boy. Yes. Where did it first begin? I don't know. It's Jay Saran that sent me the document, and I found it very interesting, and I started to read it, and I said, I'm going to make video with it. But do you know how the messages of Michael first began? Probably, where you can relate to my experience, where my messages began when I started to reach out to others and learn from others. Everything that I tell you here today comes from my interaction with other people and events that happen in my life and environment around me. Everything that I tell you is formed by that. So Michael's teaching comes from the many interaction he had with many people. This is how we find sense in reality, by sharing our story, sharing our inspiration. And Michael seems very inspired in his soul searching thing. Listen, it's a way to see it. Again, I don't take it's just interpretation by men. That's what it is. But it's a great insight on the. You can feel, and not that it's like I tell you, the absolute truth is us. And that's what we don't want to see, because we avoid ourselves and stuff. So we're always like looking on the outside for explanation and stuff to justify our existence, or when in the here and now, you have everything in the here and now. It's just we miss the here and now. We miss a lot of and we even I read that document because, like I said, I like to get other people's point of view on life. This is what I want to have, but I know life is filled with fantasy. This life is filled with fantasy from A to Z, really. So if you think you're gonna talk truth with words, like, it's beyond that. It's beyond that. It's something you have to feel. You have to feel it. The truth, I keep saying it for a while. You have to feel it, really feel it. It's not something you can really talk about, or I don't know. To me, we're very, very lost. I think it's a feeling I have. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe don't follow everything I say. Maybe my ways are not right also. I'm here doing a soul searching and seeking truth inside of myself. So for sure, I might have seen things like, I don't know if my ways are all the great ways. Find your way, I'll find my way, and we're all returning home. It's not just come here sharing my story, but you might have your own way to see things, and that's okay. We're not here to brainwash each other, or maybe brainwash into thinking for ourselves. That's what most of us are doing. So, yeah. Michael supposedly came through. I have to question the reality. Yeah. Yeah, we should all never fear your birth chart. Warrior is here. Yellow Crystal Warrior. Yeah. I miss you all so much. Glad to be here with family. Yeah, for sure. A big, great family. That's what we are. We're all brothers and sisters, and we have our eyes closed, and we kill each other. That's kind of crazy. Me, sometimes I look at our state of mind, the state of, for sure, if you look at the state of mind of an individual, it might not reflect the whole, because the whole is very, very unconscious, very out of alignment with our true reason why we're here. Come on, it's clear to me that humanity is completely gone astray. There's something happening here that deserves our attention, and we have to work together, come together and make it work. And we have been given all the power, all the necessary biological equipment to face reality, but we're in a world that but also because the reality is an illusion, so people don't know that they don't know. So can you really blame them for being asleep? Like, it's a work you have to do on yourself. It's and very, as much as it's very easy to see all the deception and the lies, the illusion, before you break through I haven't broke through the illusion before a long time. It took me a long time. I was completely absorbed by the fake reality, and that's the case of most people. They're completely absorbed by the fake reality, and that's what they experience every day. And to them, they have no idea that reality is being tricked on us. No? Reality is being, for sure, they're tricking all kinds of stuff, and reality is part of it. So anyway, it's clear to me that there's something that clearly deserves our attention. If you can become conscious of remembering who you are and stuff like that, you have a responsibility to start making things in the better, like working in the direction of good. That's your responsibility. If you're not aware of what's going on and you're completely under the illusion, I cannot blame you. I cannot blame you, and I don't want to blame you. I don't want to blame nobody for their state of mind that is not like mine. But I think we can all reach a higher vibration and get in touch with life in a greater way than what we are now. Come on, life is very, very big, yeah, but you're also very big. So why approach life in a timid way? You know? Like, why approach life in an eggshell, in a cage, and I think we all have gift. We all been gifted. You come here, come on. You don't come here as a random speck. You're very, very important to the divine. Your life is very important. All our life is very important. We are life. We are the consciousness and the higher reasoning on this plane. So it's up to us to maybe just, like I say all the time, elevate the vibration. Very important. Elevate our vibration together as one, and really work in the direction of a worthy cause, which is humanity. The elevation of humanity, the elevation of the change that is happening. But for sure, we wish it would happen at a faster rate. We wish everybody would be awake and see what we see. But like I said, the whole is very unconscious. So to bring back like, it's very easy to gather 100, 2,000, 3,000 people maybe that thinks the same about the same topic, but to unite the whole world about it is another thing. It's another thing. So now you're thinking of changing the world. Completely delusional. Completely lost your way. I'm telling you, just changing yourself and keeping those vibes every day. That's a big, big challenge because you are your own worst enemy. So if you don't acknowledge that, if you don't notice where your enemy is, and you don't realize where your enemy is and where it's waiting for you to we always want to rely on the comfort zone, to stay in comfort, to not stretch too much, not let our potential be expressed in the world, because then what other people's gonna think, or think of failure, or we think of all kinds of things. I think if we stop the mind a little bit and just do what we have to do, we will come through. We will come through. We will find a way to make it happen. Now, also, that's very important, to trust yourself in the process. Trust yourself in the process, because all the trust that you will manifest in yourself will be a very, very big significance on your journey. Will be very significant. Everything that you do every day is very significant. That's why the things you watch, the things you hear, the things you read, the things you, you speak affect your everyday life. It's in the little words we say, in the little things we do, that makes us have really great days. Like my bro Craig is saying in his song. Yeah, it's the little things you do. and the little words you say. So me, I say don't stress out. Concentrate on each and every day. Just rising and shining each and every day is a mega, mega challenge because we're in a world that is very negative and the vibrations of people are very, very low. So just to stay motivated and uplifted to a level of divinity and of vitality higher than this what you experience on this plane from other people is a challenge because everybody is on low vibration. Not everybody will cheer for you. Not everybody, I'm victim of a world that doesn't want to dream anymore, and that's what it is. People think that the dream is not accessible. The dream is here and now. That's the dream of life. It's called the dream of life. But if you're not present, if you're constantly in anxiety and stuff like that, and very much in the past and in regrets and in feel guilty or any kind of bad feeling you can have, you will never rise. You will never rise. Be in the moment. The best is to be in the moment. Forget the past. Forget the past. It's past for a reason. It's past for a reason. It's time to make it a better day. Rise and shine and just you have a beautiful light, just like me. We all have that beautiful light. We all can do a major change, impact this, because that's what you want to do. You want to live, love, and matter during the time you're here. So that's the three things you must do. You must concentrate on this every day, on to live, wake up and live. Love, which is the essence, and matter. You want to make a difference. You want to make a difference in other people's life because you can. Because you can make a difference. We can all make difference in other people's life and bring more to others, more to it's just to concentrate on what you have to do. Never mind the hype. The hype is coming from left to right. I'm telling you, if you start even the chemtrails, all this stuff, if you concentrate on this stuff, that's what you will experience more and more. More and more of the same. I'm telling you, if you focus on this, you will experience more. So leave the conspiracy world and work on yourself. Read book, watch videos, reach out to other people for inspiration, because this is what we are sharing. I am sharing my inspiration, my old self, my journey here. Other people do it, and we have a lot to share. That's what we're here to do. We're here to give. It's about giving. It's not about holding back and living a life for yourself. You have to live for others. Live for others and help other people before they help you. But this is a complete rewiring of your blueprint, of your mindset, of your mind, of your brain, or whatever. What's in your head? Call it mind, brain, whatever you want. But the muscle up there must be activated. This is dormant, living dead. Living dead because most people still ingest very, very bad food that is not supporting them. So you have to be very conscious. You have to become very conscious, and being conscious is being in the moment. Being in the moment, noticing what you do, your behavior, what you hear, what you talk, and that's a big job, and that's what most of us wants to avoid, because it's the hardship, it's the work on yourself, it's to become Christ consciousness or Jesus Christ or whatever you want to call it. But I think this is just a metaphor for what we should become here. We should all be Christ consciousness, and we all been blessed. We all been blessed by blessed. Be less. No, we all be more. We all been very fortunate with life to have life. The first thing is we're alive. We're alive. So why do we need to go through all kinds of process to end up believing in ourselves when we can trust ourselves from the beginning of our journey? Really trust ourselves and trust that we're going to make it. I always trust in myself. I have major trust in myself. For sure, I'm very confident, but also be very careful with confidence. Confidence can be a killer for your journey also if you become too confident, because then you become arrogant. So I can be very arrogant also, but I try all the time to stay in the line of confidence, on the side of the confident side, not the arrogant side, because then you will not only, you want to we're here to reach the heart of people. So we have to remain also extremely polite. Extremely polite is one major thing that I put forward in my life, and compassion and love. And I'm sorry, but I'm not. Yes, I'm about knowing all the deeper stuff about life, but I'm also humble, not humble, but respectful enough to see where I was before and where other people's are. And I don't judge them for being asleep or for being zombies or living dead or whatever you want to call them. The people that like have lower vibration. There's a lot of people with lower vibration. You can sense them very easy. The people with low vibration, first of all, they can't put a smile on their face. When they put a smile on their face, their whole body goes funny. It's like you can tell it's a fake smile. Like this is what we have to regain the strength also to to not only put confidence in your smile, but to do something with your life that you can do it. I don't know. To me, the more brightly you're gonna shine, the greater you're gonna stand. The greater you're gonna stand. This is what you have to gain: is confidence, 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 and also you want to get to a point where you cannot reverse that process. That's very important to go constantly. That's why I made at one point, I knew I could fall back into the other programming of before. So for me, it was important to take constant action, and I still today take consistent action. Up at 5 o'clock in the morning, making videos with my GoPro outside because I know this is what I must do. I must do some. I must master the little stuff before I'm gonna master the big stuff, which is coming here live and direct. But I haven't done the work for that. I have done the work. I can last here 3 hours. I still have something to say because I'm very inspired and I read and I reach out to people. And, I don't stay secluded in my little eggshell. No, I reach out like great men like Arthur, whoever came on my Truman Show, Santos, Jabba. They all taught me something. They all taught me something. It's like none of them have the absolute, they have the absolute truth because we are the absolute truth, but not everyone will put the absolute truth on the plate. Like many people like the surface truth instead of the deeper truth, because the deeper truth breaks all illusion, all fantasy, all the stuff you think you're attached to, all the nonsense. The truth breaks all this, and people on YouTube don't want that. You like to be distracted by nonsense. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. I see it. I see what's happening on YouTube. And especially once you start looking for truth, it's complete delusion. That's what I see today. That's why I'm not going back on YouTube to listen to other people or theories about the flat earth or stuff like that. It's all delusional. It's the truth is us. The truth you will find the truth on YouTube if you find guys like that are going really at the truth. But the most people on YouTube are very happy with surface truth because it doesn't involve themselves. It involves seeking outside of themselves, proving the earth, the shape of the earth, or how the sun functions, without proving themselves to themselves. This is big. So most people go on YouTube and seek for fantasy. That's what we're seeking. I was seeking for that, I know. I know today, after 3 years and something, maybe on YouTube, that I'm here, that it's all fantasy. No? It's all fantasy from beginning to end. So we're not going to find no truth outside of ourselves. It's all inside of you. It's all inside of you, and everybody says it for a reason. I know why today, because I feel it myself. Once you start feeling it yourself also, it's a very different vibe. Very different vibe. So, yeah, so feel it. Feel it, very important. Yeah, gravity sucks. Yeah. Leslie is there. Big up, Leslie. Suzanne. I saw Sam before. Greatness is upon us. Greatness is all over us, for sure. You don't need to avoid anything. You don't have to hide. You have the power to accept the experience in your life. You only need to become aware of yourself, your feelings, and your mind. It's very important to be aware, but that's what we lack. Most of us lack awareness. The bigger awareness you have to be aware of is yourself. Then, okay, maybe you can be aware of what's going on in the world. Very important, because also you're probably going to start at that point. I started by looking outside of myself, and I think we all do it. We all do it on a journey. It's normal also to start seeking outside of yourself. And you're going to realize that you find only lies at one point. It's only lies, lies and deception, and people living the lies. So once you start focusing on you, focusing, because it's not you against the world, it's you versus you. The whole thing changed, the whole rhythm changed, the momentum changed, everything started to have a new vibration. And this is what life is. I think I'm getting in touch more and more with life, with the real vibration with life. And it feels better and better. Like I feel more free as the day, the more I go on into my journey, the freer I feel, and the more inspired I am too, because I do not focus on the all the fantasy that's out there. I'm not on YouTube lobotomizing myself in front of a screen all day long. That's pure nonsense. Pure nonsense. What do you think? You're gonna change the world of YouTube? You're gonna like it's complete. To me, it's complete. If you are on YouTube all day long, you're wasting your valuable, precious life. It's for sure, because it's just another TV screen. Just another TV screen. It's the same thing. To me, it's the same thing. Today, I see it as the same. You can find a lot of very inspiring people, but they're hard to find on YouTube. People like me and people like others, like Ralph, and but even Ralph is a bit in delusion. Also, I hear him talk sometime, and I don't know. But I think I'm not here to judge anybody on their journey. It's just I see things that, I'm very, very much aware and very doing a lot of self-examination. That's very important to make sense of the state that we're in. But I don't know. Most people are very comfortable with illusion and fantasy, and that's what they like. That you can tell, because look on YouTube how we started to freak out for that flat earth thing at the beginning, and most of it is packed with false truth. Most of it is false truth. I'm not saying the horizon is not horizontal. Yeah, it is, but the rest, like what's this and that, like everything is also to keep you in a very linear construct of measurements of stuff like that, when it's complete nonsense. The whole thing is fantasy. They have built a matrix of fantasy, and people are falling for it. Even the ones that you call truth seekers, or they're all falling for it. We're all falling for the fantasy. I fell for it. It's complete nonsense today. I know it. You might not agree with me. That's okay. If you like YouTube, go ahead and waste your time on YouTube. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with YouTube wasting my time. I come here, do my thing, and I speak what I have to say. I use YouTube still. Yeah. You're going to say, hey, you're still on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. But I'm not I'm doing my thing. I'm here to do my thing. I'm here to also express what I have on my heart and share it with people. And that's what I think is important. Once you have enough experience in life and go through enough stages that bring you something that you see life in another way than the regular people see life, it's important to share it with people. It can inspire a lot of people. And that's what we need, inspiration. The world is madly in need for inspiration. We're all very much lost in the abyss of nonsense and fantasy and all kinds of. Anyway, me, I see it. I see the whole YouTube thing. I go on YouTube when I research information. The other day for my tomato plants and stuff like that, but I'm not seeking truth on YouTube anymore. I know it's false truth and lies and distraction. That's all it is. Why make so many videos, and about the same subject, constantly repeating the same subject, pumping in the same stuff, the same conspiracy stuff, pumping it in the social media, because that's what they want us to experience over and over again. That's clear. So if we give all our life energy to it, we're just recreating it, more of the same. So it's important for us, if you're really a truth seeker, at one point you're going to let go of the conspiracy. and you're gonna align yourself with love, with good vibration, with sharing with people, not the lies and deception of the world, but your love that you have inside and the love you have for humanity. You're not gonna care about those Babylonian people. That's all there is freaking nonsense and fantasy. So what am I gonna do? Concentrate on the fantasy, or you know, at one point I have enough of the nonsense and the false truth and the bunch of lies and the, I would like to feel things also. On YouTube, yeah, I can feel certain stuff, but it's still YouTube, and I don't know. To me, there is something more than a screen in life, for sure. That's a tool I give myself to gain some strength, but probably, there will be something else at one point when I'm ready for that step. There will be something else. But I know here it's not. I've done a journey long enough here, and I can see what I have done that was not really. That is things that I would not redo today. There's video that I'm gonna leave up for sure. I'm leaving all my videos up, but I would not today go out and talk to you about flat Earth again. Never again. Never again, because I know it's bringing more confusion. That's what we're pumping in the system, is more confusion and illusion. The moment you start talking about them, the moment you talk about them, you give them power. So that's what we do. We're giving them power on YouTube, whether you want to see it or not, or you think that it's the whole thing for humanity, flat Earth on YouTube, and that's going to wake up the whole plane suddenly. And it has the potential to do it. It has the potential to do it. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying the potential of internet to wake up a mass amount of people. But it takes more than a couple hours of research into flat Earth or any other conspiracy to realize the truth that you have to live. Because it took me a while before I come here with that speech and say, hey, the truth is you, and you must feel it, you must live it, you must model it. This is where we get all confused and mixed up, because we think the truth is outside of ourselves. That's what I found. That's what I thought for a long time. But once you start looking inside and finding that, hey, the divine is not very far from my heart, then you start aligning yourself with nature, with more purest vibes, and like not harm. You don't align yourself with arms and destruction anymore, and you just go on and you rise and shine. Yeah. Yeah. A reason we all right there right now, yeah. We need a backbone. Grow a set. Flat, flat, flat. True love, love truth, yeah. Yeah. Love is the core. Yeah, but that's it. But that's what we have to bring more. Inflate the love. Like, not inflate the love, but I mean, make it grow. We have to love. We have to make the love grow, and that's very, very important for us to rise as people. We're gonna rise with in love, nothing else than in love. That's how we're gonna rise, not with fantasy and delusion and complete nonsense. We're not gonna rise with this. We're gonna rise in love. That's what's happening. It's more and more of us, but the road will be long. The road will be long, because I look on YouTube how many people think they're looking for truth, and all I see is false truth and deception and lies and stuff like that. So a big amount of us are thinking that we are awakening when we still completely in delusion and seeking outside of ourselves. When the real journey here is when it becomes internal. This is where you're gonna feel the big vibration of life. You're gonna feel your own divinity, and you're gonna rise. You're gonna rise a lot, because suddenly you find back the power of creation. The power that created the sun, the moon, the trees, the rock, the asphalt, the grass. The same power that created you. That's potent. That's potent. That's very, very, but this is what we miss with life. We think we're random speck, and we're just human. We're only human. This is one thing that a lot of singers sing in their song, and I completely disagree with that statement, that we are only human. You know, this is so degrading. This is so low vibration. To say that we are only human, don't blame me, I'm only human. Like, it's so, like, we're not only human, first of all. We're not only human, we're a spiritual being, or a light beings, or having a journey on earth. We're not only human. And human, yeah, some express us as the shadow of man, other as the light of humanity. But anyway, I think we're very much less in definition and finding explanation for everything we have around, but we're certainly more than just human, for sure. And it's the goal is to keep humanity in the fallen state, so that we don't all recognize that the god and goddesses are us, and that because you find, come on, if you suddenly wake up and you become very, very godly, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do with your life once you feel that power? What, you're going to sit on your bum? You're not going to do nothing? But that's what happened to me. I woke up one day and I felt very powerful, and I had to express that power, because I could not remain silent with that. It's not things you want to remain silent with. You don't have to put your hand in the sand, and no, put your hand to your heart and speak to the world. That's how we roll. Yeah, that's how we roll, for sure. If you think on politicians and people in the government or whatever to make a change, it's up to us. It's up to us, but first you must change your ways. Change your own ways. Like, you can think about the world that's going to change. Yeah. This is a bit also the delusion we have. Like, instead of changing ourselves, we think that the world will change without us being the change. That's complete illusion. It's complete illusion. Don't talk about truth. Don't talk about the world changing if you're not feeling it. If it's not about, it's to talk the walk. Something like that. I read something in the Arthur's paper. It's not about walk the talk. It's about talk the walk, or something like that. So it's really about you taking action, and not letting yourself drown in negativity and sorrow, and feel like the whole world is too big that you can do nothing. Hey, this world belongs to me. It belongs to you. It belongs to all of us, and we are life. But it's just because what's hard also, once you start a journey, like what can be. Because we're very, very trained to receive gratification and instant gratification when we do something. Like, to come here each and every day on YouTube, I'm not paid for that. I'm not paid, but I don't care. I would do it 7 days a week without being paid, and that's what I do, because that's what I love. That's what I love. You have to do something you love, and don't worry about the outcome, how you're going to get it, how much money you're going to make, when it's going to happen. It's outside of this time framework or reality that we're in. This is a construct, a matrix, a government Babylonian operation matrix thing. So if you go and align your frequency with that low frequency world, this is what you will live in. The stuff I'm talking about, it's not in this reality. It's something that is much powerful outside of this construct matrix illusion. This is divine. We're talking about something divine, the real intent why we're here. We're not here to be as random speck floating in space. That's total nonsense. But that's to take the power away from man. Every concept, everything that they're going to teach us is to take away our power, to take away our divinity, our vitality, our vibrancy for life. It's clear to me. I've lived it. I've lived it for 40 years, being in some kind of illusion. Never really sensing the life for what it is. They're always into some kind of fantasy and Alice in Wonderland and shit like that. Anyway, today I am able to sense things for what they are, I think, because I'm also very much not attached to anything. I don't have attachment. I don't take nothing personal. And I just go on. I think we should really be concerned with the fact that we have one life to live. One life to live. Who have a sure concern about their life, it's time to show it. If you have a sure concern about your life, do something with it. Do something. This is what it's gonna take time for sure. It's not gonna be easy. Who says it was gonna be easy? If it would be easy to realign yourself, everybody would do it. That's why we all numb the pain with alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, all kinds of stuff. Even marijuana. I numb the pain with marijuana. Sometimes that's what I do, and I know I'm conscious of that. One day I'll probably let go. I don't know, but I know that's a way for me to. I'm telling you, I'm under trauma. I'm under trauma. I need something to numb that trauma for sure. I use marijuana, but some others use alcohol, use other stuff. But I know, to me, I think herb has been created for men. There's a reason why herb is there, and there's so many varieties and so nice flowers smelling so good. Like, I don't think I will ever stop smoking weed because I need to keep my vibration on a high level in this low vibration world. But I'm conscious enough to see that other people are using it to be, and it makes them very depressed, more depressed than they are, and stuff like that. But me, it doesn't do that to me. I'm very, very uplifted. Look, I just smoked before I come here. Can you tell? I'm still very productive. My thoughts are very aligned and very inspired. But other people will let anything bring them down. It's what you do. It's your state of mind. It's all in the state of mind. Very, very important. Walkie talkies. Walking. Oh, we talking. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the words. That's the words I was looking for. It's put our turn your words into action. Turn your words into action and be the change. And the world will not be changed by your opinion anyway. So we can yap on YouTube whatever we want. It's only opinion. What we need is examples. Is people leading by example. This is what we need. But most of us are completely looking for stuff that is not really there. That is not really there. It's packed with false truth, and the whole world is fantasy. And the day we will see it all together will be the day where things will really start to change. On the shift will be massive. Yeah, smoke weed till dead for sure. I think that's what's gonna. I'm a stoner for life. I know. I have no problem with that. But I need it in this low vibration world. Me, and that's why I smoke weed to really, and for the pain. And I don't know if it's for the pain, but it does good to me. It's bringing good inspiration and good vibes to my heart, and I kind of disconnect a bit from this low vibration world when I smoke. So kind of smoking all day long. It's kind of good. Yeah, it's better vibration. Puts a smile on my face too. A lot of times when I look at the world and I feel depressed, or I feel depressed about the state of humanity, I smoke a doobie and I'm back. Everything is back super good again. So that's how I use it. Because if I wouldn't smoke weed, I don't know if I first of all would be where I am today, because for sure it has. Yeah, you can let it. Everything can be evil. It's depend how you use it and the use you make of it. But I'm not a weed junkie either. I use it with precaution, not with precaution, but with certain dosage. I know when I like. It's not gonna run my life. That's what I mean. But when a substance run your life and gives you anxiety because you don't have it, or it's. I used to be very anxious about finding weed all the time when I was younger, and that was taking me away from the moment all the time, because I was always worried where I was gonna find weed, calling the guy is gonna come, blah blah blah, getting the money for it. Like always very tense and very out of the moment finding it. But for sure, as I got older, I get some better friends, and yeah, it's easier now. And also here in Canada, it's legal, so I get it prescribed by a doctor, prescriptions on it. So yeah, so it's been legal for a while. So weed is there for that exact reason. Janik just gave damper against BS level. Yeah, that's it. That's what I use. That's what I use it to. Because there's so much nonsense. Come on. If I don't intend to fit in. First of all, I will never fit in. I don't have no intention for that. And not only that, it's very much low vibration, and it kind of brings me into a state, not a state of acceptance, but more a resilient state. Like I'm less angry, I'm less mad and stuff like that. Like it's calming me down because I'm a very, very hyper and I can be very arrogant at times. I can be very, so it calms me down. It brings me down to uh, a good vibration to interact also with this very strange world. The world is very strange to me, very, very strange. And if I don't smoke weed, I don't know how I would cope with the world. That's my point. It's very important also for, like I said, pain and stuff. And I have major knee pain. I'm dealing with it, but my own way. And I don't need pharmaceutical pills. I never took it, never took painkiller or shit like that. I am not gonna put all kinds of pills inside myself. That's for sure. So I go natural. To me, herb is a plant. Herb is a plant, and I've made the herb for man. That's what I think, and not too many people will change my idea on this. You can tell me that weed is this and that, but it's the use you make of it. Same like money, we can categorize money as evil, but it's the use we make of it. Same like the weed. If you smoke weed and you're not productive all day, I suggest you stop smoking weed. Honestly, you should re-examine your consumption of a substance. But if you are productive with what you smoke, like I'm not telling you to drink and be productive. Some people drink from morning to night. That's another like this will bring you into a very low vibration alcohol when marijuana can raise your vibration. That's what it does to me. Raise my vibration. And okay, it might not have the same effect on everybody, but to me, it's part of me. And I am marijuana. So for sure, it's part of me, and I have no problem to cope with it. And but some people have problem to cope with themselves. So if you have problem to cope with yourself and accept yourself and rise in love with yourself, how do you want to rise in love with anything? How can you love anything if you don't love yourself? In the first place, you must love yourself, accept yourself for who you are and what you are, and rise in love. That's what you must do. Then, after all the external stuff, whether it's drugs or something, you will not, like ayahuasca or stuff like that, you will not have problem doing that if you want to do it. That's not my goal. I'm not me. I stick to marijuana, even ayahuasca and all these DMT stuff. Doesn't they tell me too much? I stick with marijuana, with natural stuff, everything that is produced into a lab. I have a very big problem with that, especially McDonald's foods and stuff like that that's produced into laboratory. And people are gladly bringing their children there, thinking that, oh, we're going to eat today. Yeah, you're eating scrap. You're eating stuff that's going to kill you a slow death to your grave and bring your vibration lower. And also, it keeps your vibration very low, whether you want to see it or some people wants to avoid all these talks to a vibration, a frequency of stuff like that because they totally not feel it. They don't feel it. If you don't sense what I'm saying here, it's because your mind is not activated. Activate your mind, it will catch my drift. That's all it is. Because what I'm saying is very, very simple. My message, it's not something complicated. Weed is king. I think Gravity Sucks is on board with me for weed. Looks like it. Anyway, me, I have no problem with marijuana at all. It's something that I think everyone should use. Maybe we would have less crime and war and nonsense in this world if everybody would be smoking weed. I seen it in a dream. I've seen it in a dream. Everybody smoking weed and peace on earth. But peace is a contract with war, so we have to be very careful. Do we want peace? Do we want peace? Because peace involves war. So if we we want to really realign, or I think it's more to dissolve the overlay. That's what we need, to dissolve the overlay. It is a very big step, and we're getting there. I think I'm going to make that a song, the One Hit Wonder. Yeah. I use it to help me ignore pain and BS. Yes, that's it. That's it. To ignore pain and BS, because there's lots of, like I said, the hype is potent in this world. So me also, it's the same thing. Like I don't want to avoid myself. And that's a way also for me to rise with myself a lot is with, but look, I smoked before I come here. Cannot tell. But sometimes you can tell a bit, maybe. If you know me personally, people are going to know. But I mean, that's my normal state. I'm always like that. So to me, it's like I go back sober. Same thing. Anyway, I smoke from morning to night, so I have no problem with that at all. And it doesn't stop me from functioning, from getting in touch with my greater self, with my. But if I would have a problem with it, if I would not be able to master my life with marijuana, I would quit it for sure. If it doesn't support you, don't consume it. But it does support me. It does support me for pain, for BS of the world, accepting strange freaking people outside of a complete reality. So it brings a better vibration, keeps the vibes up. I like it. Gonna keep it that way. So guys, I'm out, and for sure, rise and shine. Yeah, two toast, Tommy. Take the knock. Yeah. So big up. Have a wonderful day. Rise and love. Very important. We rise and love each and every day. We let go of conspiracy and nonsense and giving energy to Babylon, and we rise and love. That's all we need is love in our heart, and show it to the world so that it can affect the most people possible, so that the less evil stuff affect them. That's what we want. So, he's out. Rise and shine.